Hello. You alright? How are you? Mm-hmm. What kind of containers? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Weird. That's pretty weird. Pretty weird. All right, I'm gonna start this up. All right, hold on a second. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah. Gotcha. All right, here we go. Let's start this thing up. Sorry, we're on the internet now, so 1 second. All right, welcome back, everybody. Let's get this video over here. There we go. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are on YouTube today. Today is October 15th. It is Friday. It is the free draw. We have not done this in a little while. We've been doing it on Wednesdays. But we are here. There's a link in the Discord if people would like to come hang out with us on the Aggie.io software. And yeah, we're just going to hang out today. Gonna hang out, do some doodles. There's no video released today because of scheduling conflicts. Hopefully I will have another video out next week is my plan. I should have 2 videos out this month, I hope, if I'm lucky. We might even get the blue team, which was supposed to be out today. Didn't get finished. I didn't want to blast myself like I did last week where I was so tired I couldn't do anything on Friday. So here we are, or I guess the week before. No more of that. Sleeping is important. So we're here. We're in Aggie. We're hanging out. We're going to draw some rugbies. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And Mr. Sai, I'm sorry to hear about your dollar store experiences. That is no fun. But dollar stores are hot garbage. So if you like dollar stores, that's fine. And I hope you find value in what you get. I have not had the best experience with them. So. I mean, people are always posting shit online about like, oh, this dollar store has stuff that actually functions. But most of the ones I go to, it's like, hey, cool, $1 worth of this thing that usually costs $30 is nothing. Bri, welcome. Uh-oh, I just showed up. Bri's going to yell at me for trash talking dollar stores. I don't know. I mean, we have a whole bunch of different kinds. I think Dollar Tree is the biggest one. There used to be, man, what was the one I went to all the time in Idaho that was just a hot mess? It was like, I think it was called Under $1. And everything was just priced at 99 cents. Yeah. But like the things you, like everything there that was either A, something you could get at the regular grocery store for like 89 cents, or like a screwdriver that you're like, is that gonna break the first time I use it? It might break. It might break the first time I use it. And it usually did, but like, you know, it had value. It was fun to go there, right? Because you're just like, I can get so much shit. But then you also look at stuff like, do I trust dollar store steaks? Probably not. Probably not going to do that. That's not good. Too much salt, too much, whatever the hell the spicy is. Capsaicin. Dollar Tree, Dollar General, 99 cents. Americans like buying stuff that break, but they get $1, so they can convince themselves that it came out ahead. Fair enough. Fair enough. Try to. I will pass on anything spicy these days. I used to just eat like jalapenos on pizza all the time. That was really good. That was my go-to, pepperoni and jalapeno. My friends still really love the jalapeno chips. So when they come over for D&D, they'll bring a bag of that and then leave it at my house. And I'm like, don't leave those here. Like I don't want them here. I'm gonna accidentally eat them, and then I'm gonna feel like shit for a day. The kettle chips. Yeah, it's called kettle. That's the type of chip it is. It's a potato chip. It's called kettle chip. It's like I do want to get, I think I'm going to develop the rugby sticker if no one else is going to hang around and draw. Which happens, you know, Fridays, sometimes we have quiet Fridays. I'm going to try to get this rugby sticker finished up so I can send that out. Because I literally have a pile of stickers to send to the Patreon members. And I need to go buy stamps. And so I'm like, I'll add one more sticker. I'll add one more sticker to it. And then I just keep doing that. And I'm like, damn it. I need to go do that. You're right. I don't know where Takis come from. I don't eat them. I actually don't buy that many chips anymore. I buy, what do I buy? Fred Meyer's, which is like a local store here. It's everywhere. It's not local, but it's a store that is local to me. Gives me coupons for like get a bag of chips, and it's like that's when I get bags of chips. So, which is usually kettle chips. So I eat a lot of kettle chips, and that's about it. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. YouTube chat. Hello everybody. Oh my god, the whole thing was frozen, and I just now realized as I looked over that everyone has been talking. I'm like, why is it so quiet today in the chat? It's because my computer's being stupid. Hello, Dr. Random. Hello, Jack Pegram. Hello, Corvus. Hello, Bry. Thank you for the $20 donation. I will do some push-ups for that. Luke Holes. Hey, Rook. Hello. Tiffany. Hi, hi. Christina. Hello. Warbeard. I'm so sorry, everybody. The Last Bean Bender. Mojan. Last Bean Bender. It's not a viewer suggestion, but you're welcome to yell Modrons. Sorry, I'm addicted. Requests are only on Wednesday. Thank you, Corvus, for talking about that. I'm at work. I'll be having a nice day in the background. No problem, Christina. Thank you for hanging out today. Kentucky versus Louisiana chicken. What about Kentucky versus Louisiana chicken? I dare you to search a scientific name of pine trees. I mean, I studied trees for a long time. I built an entire virtual forest based around the Pacific Northwest. So I have lots of tree information in my brain. Greetings, adventurers and wayfarers. Hello, Dr. Ren. How are you? How's the day treat you? I'm doing pretty well. How are you today? How's everybody else doing? Can anyone join Warbeard? Yes, there is a link in the description if you'd like to come draw with me today. You're very welcome to. There's should be a link to the Aggie.io software. I could probably drop one, or if someone could drop one in the YouTube studio chat, that would be great. YouTube studio chat, sorry, that's mine. The YouTube chat, that would be awesome. The Lucky Neko, hello, hello. Right now I'm hanging out with some people in the Discord chat talking about potato chips. I'm gonna do some push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20. Okay. There we go. We're caught up. We're caught up. Sorry about that, everybody. The Pacific Northwest. There are trees that are very specific. Did I say Pacific Northwest instead of Pacific Northwest? Yes. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. I am so sorry about that. Whew, that was a rush. You did. Okay, not the Pacific Northwest. I researched some specific trees in the Northwest or the Pacific Northwest. But yes, if you go to the NFC, that's not right. National Science Foundation, NSF, there we go. Somewhere in the National Science Foundation's catalogs, there are a whole bunch of tree assets that I developed for use for scientists to model their watersheds. So that they can show off all the different kinds of trees and vegetations and stuff in there. That exists somewhere in the universe. But to do that, I had to model a whole bunch of different kind of leaf patterns and vegetations and stuff. Can someone find a link? I cannot find it to join. Sure. Let me grab that. I do ask that if you are not a member of the Discord, I was going to say you should follow the Discord rules, which is don't be an asshole, don't draw anything inappropriate, don't write, don't draw on other people's stuff. But other than that, you're allowed to just hang out and doodle with us. It's totally fine. I can shrink this rugby picture down. Yeah. Blah. That shortcut doesn't work. Control T does not do what I want it to do. There we go. Yes, there should also be a link to the Discord in the comments below. And that will get you access to everything else. We got some people drawn. That's good. Welcome, welcome. How is everybody doing this fine day? Good. Good to hear. Will you be on Twitch later? I most likely will be on Twitch later. I do have a commission that I need to work on today. So I'm going to be doing that a little later. But because I didn't get a video out this morning, I wanted to make sure that I touched base with the YouTube community and said hello to everybody because I appreciate you. Doing better than yesterday, so that's good. That is good to hear. You know, that's really all we can ask, is that hopefully tomorrow is going to be better than today. That's some weird philosophical shit right there that just did not intend to be today. But there we have it. There we have it. What kind of pumpkin face would be on a rugby pumpkin? You could just go classic pumpkin, I guess. Classic jack-o'-lantern. I think I'm going to go ahead and draw. Maybe we'll do a few different faces. Maybe that could be fun. Should we have a pumpkin drawing contest on the Aggie? I don't know what anybody would win except bragging rights. We could just have everybody draw pumpkins. It is that season. 'Tis the season for spooky pumpkins. Terrifying turnips. Get someone drawing in blue. Over here on a rugby. Dill pickle. What did I buy? I watched Rhett and Link eat it starts with a P. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Peppercini. Yeah, pizza. No, I watched them eat peppercini kettle chips. And I got one of those coupons that was like free bag of chips. And I was like, I guess I'm going to try that out. It was all right. But they said they loved the pickle ones. And the peppercini ones were on par with the pickle chips. And I was like, oh, whatever. I do love pickles. Sorry, I messed it up. I'm trying to figure it out. No problem. Aggie is a strange creature. It's come a long way. Hashtag not sponsored, but we've been using it for 2 years now. It's made by the guys that made Magma Studio. It is Magma Studio, but it is the free browser edition of Magma Studio. I think Magma Studio is also free, but they try to market their like cloud services and stuff. Is what Magma Studio is. Magma Studio is the like corporate version that they're trying to sell. Whereas this is kind of a free Chrome-based application, which is really nice. So all of the software settings are on the right side. It's taken me a long time to get a pen that I like to use, but it is just the round brush, you know, so it's not like I'm doing anything super special. Everybody has a little bit of a learning curve when they try to use Aggie for the first time. I feel like we could do something more interesting with the pumpkin. But what? What do we do? Pumpkins don't have hair. Wouldn't that just be putting a curly Superman hair on rugby? Wait, do you mean like the little whoop? Just the loop? It's just got a weird pumpkin wart growing right out of its noodle. I have such a lag, not trying to ruin it though. Yeah, the lag can be real sometimes. Opinion time. As Rugby is already wearing a bugbear skin for Halloween, does Rugby still wear a costume? And would that be the costume? What would the costume be? I think he would wear the pumpkin. Last year, so maybe he needs his feet. Maybe his feet need to be coming out of here. Last year, he was dressed up like a ghost. He dressed up like a ghost and he dressed up like a skeleton, but he left the bugbear costume on. If you have lag, you might need to download the add-on. That usually fixes it. Interesting. It's in the general chat. There's also one on Twitch. I guess I can put it in the... Oh, gotcha. Actually didn't know there was an add-on. Which is kind of funny. You can also download it, I believe, like as a standalone application. But I don't want to force people to do that because that's lame. Buy my app! I don't have an app. There's a page with most of the information on the add-ons. Aggie.io/help. Help! I require assistance. What if it's Rugby dressed as a gelatinous cube? Just puts a gelatinous cube on his head. Yep. I'm gonna try that again. We're gonna go new page, new page. And we're gonna try it up here. Bleep. How do you draw somebody holding their breath? Poofed cheeks? Poofed cheeks work. Yep, that did it. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. I might make the cube go the other way because I think it'll be more interesting. So I'm gonna have the cube look like this. Keyword of extension. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I might have the Chrome extension. Aggie has a chat. Aggie does have a chat. I just never use it because my hand covers it up. So I miss it. The people that have tried to use Jonas uses it a little bit to like taunt me because I can't see it. But since I don't read it, you know, it doesn't affect me. So whatever. Plus rule 1: don't be a dick. Trick to making things go full derp is to just put the eyebrows really, really far apart. That's the real trick. We put a cube inside of a cube. So that's how you draw a gelatinous cube. Add some volume. Very important question. Is the gelatinous cube a mimic? No. No, it is not. Very simple answer, or very important answer. No. No, it is not. That would be pretty scary, though. I mean, I guess no scarier than a regular gelatinous cube, right? It's like if you touch a gelatinous cube, you kind of just die from it. And if you touch a mimic, you kind of die from it, so it's not like it's much different. Kablurp. Is this an ice gelatinous cube? I think it's just a regular one. I think it's just a regular one. But seeing as magical items don't get dissolved in gelatinous cubes, I think Rugby will be safe. He's either A, just immune to it, or B, has so many hit points he doesn't care. Those are kind of the two options. Rugby the Barbarian. Orange gelatinous cube. I feel like their heritage is a Comic-Con. when gelatinous cubes want to go to Comic-Con, they just eat a whole bunch of like food coloring. Change the color. Definitely not a gelatinous cube. Blip. I feel like maybe we should color this one. Should I do a how to draw rugby video, or should I just do that as like a live stream? I can't decide. I'm trying to do it on my Samsung tablet, and it's become unresponsive. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Definitely had some people complain about the Aggie before, so don't feel... It happens. It absolutely happens. Don't feel too bad about it. That's what I was trying to say. Hey, I'll do fan art instead. Yeah, that's totally fair. People are welcome. If you don't want to draw an Aggie, you're welcome to just post shit on the Discord. Not that it is shit, but just like anything on the Discord that you want that is your art. If it's cooking, awesome. If it's artwork, that's cool. If it's fan art, that's fine. If it's a good D&D character, we have a good section for D&D chat. If there's a homebrew, they have a homebrew section. Actually, D&D chat and homebrew section might have been merged together recently. I think that's a thing. But yeah. Yeah, I think art is great. If you want to show off a cool pie you baked or something, that's also acceptable. It is Friday, so I would like to share if people have like an Instagram or something they'd like to share. You're welcome to post that in the chat. I don't think you can post links in the Discord, or the YouTube, so you might have to post that in the Discord itself. But we have a promotion tab. If you actually want to promote that, that would be awesome. Yeah. That's a rugby eyebrow, not a bubble. Gelatinous cube rugby. Rugby is a magical item. Rook's words. Cough, twisted, biting, cough. Rugby is the only living thing that I can I'm confident I can draw. Yeah, rugby's great. Rugby's super easy to draw. We can do a quick tutorial if people want, so everyone can try drawing a rugby. If you're gonna wear a gelatinous cube as a costume, wouldn't you plan it better and bring a snorkel or some goggles? Silly rugby. Yeah, you'd think so. You think you also maybe wouldn't stick your head in first, but well, here we are. Here we are. Livestream. A rugby is sort of supposed to be situationally adapted. A static video doesn't capture his full dynamic personality. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, so rugby is pretty easy. It's basically like, in the grand scheme of things, he's a box with 2 circles, and then another box for a body with feet, and then giant triangle like Dorito ears, and then some fur. You can put another square here, and that's effectively a rugby, like some kind of strange math equation. I bet someone could math that out. But yeah, so that's the base. That's the base concept. And then if you want to get more fancy with it, you basically just start adding more angles. So you can make this a curve, or you can make it pointy. Give the nose a little bit of directionality on a curve. Same thing with the bottom. You can give it a little bit of a curve. Make the body a little bit of a wiggle. You can really do anything you want with the eyes, but I like the looking outward rugby. And then the ears, yeah, that's a great shape. That's a great shape for the ears. Whoever's drawing below here. Ears kind of come up and then come down and then do this. Big old floppy goblin ears. And then for the mouth, I like to just do as small as possible. Which is weird, because, you know, goblins usually have big mouths, but, well, this is a bugbear mouth. Rugby's real mouth is probably, like, this big. Borgby. His eyes have always basically been googly eyes. I never look at the same way, the same direction. Yeah, you want Rugby to pay attention to something, you just shake him until the eyes are looking there. And then just set him down. Just shake him until it looks like he's paying attention. He's probably still not paying attention. Yeah. It's like a can full of coins. Shaking a coffee can full of coins. If anybody has ever been to a graduation in Idaho and heard a cowbell, it's probably because one of my cousins were graduating. So, it's not an insult. That's how it is. Got to get that cowbell. And then you just got to draw the grossest feet you can possibly draw. And that's Rugby. We haven't drawn Pugby in a while. Pugby is basically the same thing, but just round. Everything is round. The anti-Minecraft. I've done something where Pugby doesn't look super stupid. I don't know what I did. Maybe I made his eyes too normal? Oh, his eyes aren't buggy enough. That's what's going on. His eyes really got to hang off the side of his head. And then Pugby's always got to be mad. That's kind of his thing. He's jealous of Rugby because Rugby's got it easy. I feel like I could make Pugby way more. Quick, I need pictures of pugs. I can't remember what pugs look like. I feel like I'm drawing a hamster. Well, that's an adorable pug. That's not a derp pug. What did I miss up here? Oh, okay. Hold on, I got this. That's a better derp pug. Did I make the nose too big? But it's a pugby, you know? Okay, so this goes here, and then the snoot do this. Yep, I forgot the snoot. That's a good one. Okay, too many pugs. Too many pugs. And then square ears. That's what I did wrong. Okay. See, what if we just make this the ears? We just steal his eyebrows and turn them into ears. And then we give him, like, real eyebrows. I like the scowl on that one. One tooth. Corvus, welcome. Doing all right. Nope, no one's on the internet today. Figure people want to hang out and chit chat. I almost want him to be chunkier. Is that possible? Can I make him chunkier? I can. Oh my good gracious. Such a chunky boy. All right, there's our chunk bee, or pug bee. Chunk bee is pretty funny. I like chunk bee. Chunk bee is actually easier to draw because he's just a bag. I've also referred to him as puppet rugby. This is how Jonas draws rugby. And the trick with Chunkby is that his nose is at the very tip of the costume. And that's it. That's the whole of it. Well, I guess he needs the ears too. The ears are just huge. This is what rugby looks like when he gets out of the shower. He's just doesn't take the costume off. He hasn't dried off yet. Yep. That might give away too much of rugby's actual dimensions. He's so mad someone gave him a toothbrush or a tooth treat or something. He's letting the rage build inside. Oh yeah, Pugby's just constantly mad. Just constantly grump. Chunkby's pretty great. Do they ever have arms? Nope. No, Rugby never shows his arms. I will not confirm or deny arms. This feels like the D&D original story from Form of Monstrosity, a creature wearing a skin of another as an identity. Yeah, there's a couple like that. There's the Vermlick demons, which are pretty great. They're giant worms that wear people. A worm that walks, yeah. I think those are Vermlick demons. Yeah, doppelgangers are kind of a good way to go there. There's a skin flayer, is that right? Skin renderer? Might be a skin renderer. That's how Rook lost, or that's how Doc lost all the skin on his arm. It might be a skin flayer. Renderer? Skin renderer? Just mage hands everything. Maybe he mage hands everything. It's assuming that he's not a barbarian, which we also don't know. Flesh render, okay. Let me look it up. Flesh render, that's interesting. Monsters. love to get a copy of this book. I assume it's $1,000. Oh yeah, $974. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. I need to buy the PDF for the Pathfinder book. Skin Stealer, I think is it. Let's find out if that's it. As a full round action, a skin stealer may steal the skin of a creature small, medium, or large size. Yep. The skin stealer can don or remove stolen skin as a move action. Yep. That's not it. Hold on. Maybe that is it. Hold on, I'll keep looking at these. Skin Stitcher? Flesh Filcher. There's a lot of these. I guess, yeah. Which one? Oh, I assume. Actually, I need that for a character I'm going to play here soon. I'm playing a mortician tailor who specializes in. He's a soul knife, but all of his knives are going to look like pins, like sewing needles and pins. It's going to be fun. It's for a like Fashion Week one shot. Yep. Don't ask me. I just got invited. I'm going to play it. I just decided to go edgelord because why not? I don't know what happened to this rugby, but I don't like it. Wait, he's dark green with light brown, right? Yes. His ears and feet are green. And then his bugbear fur is brown. Lucky Neko, no problem. No problem at all. Let's see, what should I draw next here? What does that even mean? Like him just sitting on a flying carpet? Sounds awfully close to fan art. Maybe. Euro. It's gotta be the skin stealer. That doesn't sound right though. No, that's a fake creature. Dang it. I'm trying to find the. I know what book it's in. It's in the Pathfinder Tome of Horror. I do not, because it cost $900. It was a limited print like 20 years ago. Someone's selling it for $100. Maybe I should get that. Yeah. It says it's in print for $100, but like I bet that's like only if you buy it like at a shop. And nobody has that. The PDF's only $30. Yeah. Actually, I think I might already own the PDF. I have to look now. I have to dig through my PDF library. Nope. Because that is illegal. Don't sell things on YouTube. Let me see if I do own the PDF. That's a whole bunch of maps. I do have the PDF version of Rise of the Rune Lords, but I don't. It doesn't look like I have that. Read me all the monsters. There's a lot, isn't there? It's a good book. It's a good book. I really like that one. If you ever find it at a thrift store, I highly recommend grabbing it. It's big. Yeah. Yeah, they printed like a complete edition of it that had the whole book and like the bestiary and stuff. It's pretty great. Released August? Oh, 10 years ago. Oh. Congratulations. Is it the Skin Stitcher? Okay. No, that's the big. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows anymore? Could have been something that my DM was just trying to fuck me over with. I mean, we're just drawing rugby today. Who cares, right? It's a hangout day. That's what it's for. Homebrew idea. A ring that feeds you your life to give you power? Yeah. That's basically the entirety of the, that's what the, help me out here. What the hell is it? No, not the Warlock. Blood Hunter. That's basically how the Blood Hunter works. You pay D4 life and you gain elemental damage on the next, like, 10 attacks or something. It just turns on your enhance your weapon. Which I think is cool. I think it's cool for, nice. That's cool, Rugby. I like it. How you fly. Yeah, I think weapons and things like that are really fun. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the Skin Stealer. Coup de grace. Coup de grace. You automatically hit. Automatically hit and score a critical hit. That's no good. If the defender survives the damage, they must make a Fortitude save DC 10 plus the damage dealt, or die. Or die. Dun, 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 ba-da, ba-da, bum, 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 bum. Okay, let's do some more drawings. It's all 11 o'clock here, which is great. Cursed magical items. Let's see what we got going on. It's beautiful, Jack. I like it, but it's a little riskier than it sounds. A bit more magical items. I do like a D4 hit bonus to exchange for a D6 random elemental damage. Yeah, I think that'd be fair for a ring or a sword or something. Moving a D4 to a D6 is an okay exchange. I just gave Lars a big old sword that And this is intentionally broken, so don't add me. When he successfully makes an attack, he can roll, and I wrote it down this way, a die to do that amount of damage to both him and the thing he's attacking. So he's like, so what? I can roll like a D100? I'm like, if that's what you want to do, I will allow it. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Weird. Better? All right. No idea. That's fair. Mike's okay. Moving on. Sounds like it's okay. I was moving it, so that could also be the reason. Non-plus rugby. Do you think D&D needs more flying races? It's already got a few. I don't know if more is the... I think you can add a bunch. All of the... well, yeah, but that's 3 if you're not including tieflings having wings or kobolds having wings or Asmars can have wings. Well, I don't know why you're fighting me on this. I'm saying we don't need to. You don't need to have a race that specifically has wings because there are tons of examples of other races that can just have wings, and flight is not ununique. So I don't think it needs it. Is my argument. I think more flying races would be fun. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing. I mean, I think the real thing is that question is just kind of like, does D&D need X? It's like, no. Could it? Sure. Does D&D need more races? You could add more. It'd be fun. But yeah. What are the other ones? I'm trying to think of the other ones. Oh, the Strix, yeah. The Aarakocra and the Strix are basically the same thing, which just makes me mad. So, that's fine, though. Yeah. So, the origin of those two things is from Magic the Gathering. And basically the Aarakocra are from a airplane, and I think the Strix are from a water plane. Well, that doesn't sound right. They might be from the same plane, but they were effectively a different color card. So like if you had the alpha, yeah. The Aarakocra were mainly white, and then the Strix were mainly blue. And that was just so they visually looked different when you played them, right? Yeah. And so now they're like in D&D, like, oh, they're different races. It's like, they're not, though. They're just Aarakocra. They're just bird people. So. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it did come that way first. Because here, I mean... Yeah, I mean, DC, right? Like, the bird people have been around since Flash Gordon, so that definitely predates Magic the Gathering, you're right. But that's where I guess I originally knew them from, was the art from Magic the Gathering. But yeah, I bet they probably took that from all the other stuff too, so that would make sense. Right. Helium frogs and fish floating in cloud forms. There you go. I want something more unique, more mythical fantasy. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to. Elves teasing like the Erico grass forks and fairies. Yeah, fairies. We do have pixies. I guess that's still not in the book yet. Did that book did Witchlight finally release? Okay. Gotcha. At what point are you actually making new races and not just reimagining variations? Well, if that's what you want to look at, never. Almost everything in D&D, there are very few like D&D original creatures. I think the Beholder is a pretty good example, which is one of the reasons that it is copywritten. What are the other ones? There's a handful of things like that. The Displacer Beast might be as well, but it's pretty close to. Yeah, having the tentacles and stuff. It is pretty close to like a Grey Malkin, which I think is in D&D as well. Which is just a fey cat that can teleport through shadows. So. That's Irish folklore, I think. I'd have to double check that. But, yeah, the Displacer Beast being like the tentacled creature also showed up in old Final Fantasy games, so so who knows where that came from. But I know for sure, like, the Beholder is a trademarked D&D thing. So that is one of their protected things, so I would say that's probably pretty original. But Illith is no, Mind Flayer is. Mind Flayer is trademarked, but the name Mind Flayer is, not the squid-faced people, because that's also an older idea. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a Lovecraftian thing. But they trademarked Mind Flayer, which is their specific brand of it. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of like super unique stuff, and that's just the the way art is. Everything is kind of derivative, and that's okay. Yeah, there's definitely a boon when making games to take from pre-existing material to the aspect, because it brings people in, like it's something they already like, right? Like whenever you come up with a completely new idea, it's like you have to sell that completely. And that, I see a lot of people's Kickstarters and projects, they're like, I want to make D&D way more complicated and go completely away from it, and then they're like, look, I made this great game that is wholly unique and not like D&D at all, and people are like, I'm just gonna keep playing D&D. like I don't why I would do that. So that is absolutely like the folly of it, right? And there's a little bit of a turnoff to that, right? So if you have something similar to orcs, but you're like, these are the Gorblops, and they are, absolutely nothing like orcs. It's like, but I want to play orcs. I think I like orcs. Orcs are great. That's a thing. That's a thing that happens. Orcs are great. You could become a possessed doll, and then you don't need skin. I mean, if you're a possessed doll without skin, though, then you're not a doll anymore. You're just an armature. And then you're at that point you're just a warforged. So, I think the skin is important. When does a doll become a warforged? That's the real question. Articulated eyes. When you can look around. This went from nonplussed rugby to like sexy-eyed rugby, and that's not what I wanted. Ooh. Yeah, creepy doll chat. Not cool. I don't have that. What was it that I was playing? Like, normally dolls don't really freak me out, which is fine. But we were playing Final Fantasy 14 has a boss that is like 5 dolls that then turns into a big doll. The 5 dolls are fine, but the big doll freaks me out a little bit. It's just like, what is this? But I think it goes from being like cutesy curly haired dolls that are just like, I'm gonna attack you, and you're like, that's great, whatever, to just like giant armature baby, and it's like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't like seeing the joints. It's weird. I would like a race that changes from morning and night, kind of like how the Gremlins did, but blue skin, fuzzy at night, solid, but almost stone in the morning. Like the Moon movie. So like a gargoyle? I mean, you could just play a gargoyle. You could play a fuzzy gargoyle. Once again, though, see, like, that's the thing. Like, I run into that a lot. A lot of people will bring up their homebrew, and I'm like, you actually overcomplicated something that already exists. Not that I want to discourage you, but like, it's totally fine to like look at D&D and, you know, you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. It's okay to just reskin something that already works really well. Yeah, and I think that's fair. I think people wanting to feel special that they made something is great. Like that's you know, that's how creativity is. And such like, but when it comes to D&D, I think a lot of people, instead of like doing research and looking into how the game works, they're just like, I'm just going to do this great thing. And it's like, yeah, but you're making more work for yourself because you're not using what's already been created. Which is why I always suggest. Yeah. And so that's why I usually suggest that if someone's starting to be a DM, to start with something like the starter kit, or just run a module first, because there's a lot that you don't know already exists, and until you have a good example of like running through a campaign or two, you know, you can always go to your own homebrew world. I don't want to stop people from doing that, but like really learn how to play the game first in a way that is already set up. And then that way you can really say, like, you know, I didn't like this, so I'm going to change it. Or, you know, this worked really well. We'll keep using that. I don't have to worry about it at all. Like those spirit skins in Smite. Actually, I don't know that one. Tiny Moss Boys. yeah, talking about the little. I don't know. I think it'd be really funny to. I like the Princess Mononoke spirits. I can't remember what they're called. They basically look like the Koroks. Yeah, just little chunky boys. Hello. I love it. Okay. Well, why would you have to homebrew it? I guess that's my question. What's weird about it? I guess what doesn't work about it? Because you basically would just take the Simic rules, like they have a feature, and just add that to whatever else you want to put on it. Yeah, couldn't you just use that with like an orc? Oh. So, have you read through the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica? There is a whole section on the Simics in there. You should check that out. I would suggest that. I was super bummed when I bought that book because I really wanted tons and tons of Magic the Gathering stuff, and instead it's just a whole bunch of lore about the different Magic the Gathering stuff. And I was like, well, I wanted like cards turned into D&D items, but okay. Which they did. They did some of that. But really, it actually sounds like more of what you wanted, because it is like, this is how a Simic guild would be run. Like, these are the people that would run it. These are the kind of things that would exist there. And that might help you. So maybe check that out. Doop. What do Pikmin look like? They're just little flowers, right? Woo. So many rugbies. That's great. Vampire rugby. I generally think that if they ever made a Hyrule adventure and setting, that you'd get some very colorful book. Yeah. Octoroks would be fun to see across their adaptations. Yeah, Octoroks would be pretty neat. Just little spiky squiddy boys that shoot rocks. Oh, wow, I made them way more complicated than I needed to. I turned them into the Koroks from Legend of Zelda is what I did. Which, I think they're supposed to be the same thing anyways, so that's fine. More trolls. We need more trolls. Yeah, going back to the kind of time shifting thing, I think it'd be okay. But it would definitely be a it'd be kind of a dick move on the DM's part to be like, oh, you just forgot what time it is, and now, you turn to stone. And it's like, well, I think that would obviously be something that the character would keep track of pretty well. Like, okay, you're gonna go into this dungeon. It is getting nighttime though, so you would. I don't know if your character would take that into account. Excuse me. Excuse me. Part Amazon. Let's play the Garuda. I think I have a female-only Goliath reskin, so maybe actually we'll just call them Amazons. I mean, that's fair. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's really, at the end of the day, all of the stuff that's in the D&D books, all the races are really just, balanced things, and that's why homebrew is so cool, because it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Like with video games, you're kind of locked into picking something, but in D&D, it's just like, hey, here's a whole bunch of stuff that works. Do whatever the hell you want. So, if you wanted to do a Legend of Zelda themed D&D game, you really wouldn't have to do anything. There's almost no homebrew you'd have to put in, except for creating what does the Triforce do if you touch it? What is the Master Sword statted as? Otherwise everything already exists. It's like, oh, I have a teleportation spell, great. I have a shield spell, great. I break pots and I have flame arrows. All those things exist. Oh my god, you're missing out. We're gonna play. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, none of the Zelda games are sequential. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask are linked, but I think the rest of them are kind of free for all. Yeah. And then, of course, there are the Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages are complementary, but you don't they're the same game, but slightly different, like Pokemon Red and Blue. I would do half elf. Yeah, the Hylians are interesting because you could just go full elf, you could go half elf. It's completely choice. I think in some instances Link is not a Hylian, which is interesting. It's weird. Yeah, there's a few that share links, but not physical link, but hold on a second. Cancel. It is. Okay, sorry, I had to fill this up real quick. Okay. I'm trying to draw like a greaser rugby here. Make it. Oops. You know what I've just done? Turned him into a Naruto character. Just add little clouds. Actually, I kind of like that. I like rugby coat. I don't know why he has a pompadour, but I'm down with it. Rugby with a scarf is something that needs to happen. Let's do that. I see a buff bee being drawn at the bottom. It's pretty good. Charizard going on. I think I'm going to make him 90% scarf. Just mostly scarf. And then feet. Because he's cold. He's got to like poof up like a little bird. Is that an eye bee? It's just an eyeball. Ah. It's a modern rugby. Sure. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get any this year. It's definitely colder, but we also haven't had as much rainfall as normal. So we'll see how much snow we get. The poof bee. The Sheikah is more of a class than a race. Yeah, I think that's fair. Have a distinct heritage similar to that known for red eyes, mystical traits, and the Hylian magics. Yeah. But I mean, you could also argue that like I mean, that's basically what the sub races are, right? Someone was trying to make an argument that the word race should be removed from D&D because it's incorrect, which is like, yeah, that's kind of true. But in some, I mean, is it though? Yeah, like is Goblin a race or is Goblin a like a completely different classification of creature? So like the sub races kind of work, but really it's just that's kind of why the heritage. I think they're moving towards the heritages because all the different types of elves are still elves. They just have different lineages and stuff. Right. And so it's like, is a wood elf versus a high elf actually a different race altogether, or is it a sub race, or is it just philosophical differences? Yeah, it's all crammed into the race term, and so yeah, but so that's yeah, it is what it is, right? Yeah, I don't have anything to argue with it. Like, you're not wrong. And so it is what it is. In some situations, I think it's the right term, but then once again, going from that to like centaurs, it's a centaur, a different race. No, and so it's weird. It's weird. Yep. And so it's a little strange. It's a little strange that we use the term pick your race, pick your class, when really it should be like pick your, I don't know, ancestry, lineage. Lineage might be a better term, yeah. But yeah, DNA strand. Pick your biological structure, please. Dino DNA. Yeah, what race are you? I'm dinosaur fish bird. That's 3 different. Okay, I'm gonna go with it. Pathfinder uses heritage now. Yeah, you might even make an argument for how culture alongside ancestry, background, and class. Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. It's like it's just too simple for the complexity of it. Really, it is. All of those things matter, and it's all currently under the umbrella of one word. It's like that. Okay. So I thought like there's an argument to change it, but also I totally get why it's that way, because it is just a checkbox, right? Like character. Pick your I don't know, the stuff. Pick the stuff that is you, I guess. Yeah. That's the other argument that people are making, is that it's too charged. And it doesn't, it's not minute enough. It doesn't have enough minutia to really make sense. Isn't that why they did lineages? Yeah, lineages is kind of the updated term. Nuance versus mechanic simplicity is exactly, yeah, that's exactly it. Hillbilly. This one down here. Is that a mustache or is he eating something? Because both are awesome. Mustache rugby sounds really good. There's a beard over here, a beard rugby, a beard bee. This is cold weather rugby. Just fluffs up the fur.
Grandpa Rugby. Does not have googly eyes. Apparently looks like a beaver. Giant feet. Just giant goblin feet. That's how you know how powerful he is. Yep. Just big old flop ears.
Bright's great, yeah. Wait, is that the elf kids half dad pants thing? What am I thinking of? What did you watch? I'm thinking of Forward or Onward. Onward. I'm thinking of Onward. That's Will Smith, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that movie was... It's hot garbage. Here's my... I watched that movie. It was interesting. My only gripe with it, yeah, the concept is great. Like, I really, really like the concept, and I was really excited for it, and it's beautifully done. My gripe with it is that they tried to tell too much story too quickly. If it had been, I really thought it was going to be like a Netflix series, and that would have been fucking amazing. Like, but the fact that it was that compressed into a movie was just too much, and it made it bad. So that's it. Otherwise, great movie. It is. There's a lot of really cool stuff in it.
Mad Bear Pig.
Is it the same universe? Different time period. Okay, that's cool. Well, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I guess some of the elves might be alive. Sure. Yep. I feel like it might be. If I had to choose, I would have gone with. I don't know what it is, so I'm gonna guess that it might be similar to something like Samurai Champloo or something. Like very stylistic, is it not? Is it made by Netflix? Is it Netflix animation team? Oh, god damn it. I hate their animation studio. Okay, well, it might be worth looking at.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, that looks super weird. Weird.
Cool. I'll check it out. That's good. That's good. I think I'm probably going to call it here. I think we've done a lot of good rugbies today. What's that? Good. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, beard fairies, corded or beard fairies. Got it. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I do want to do these on Wednesdays where we just kind of hang out and draw and do the viewer suggestion. But we might do these on Fridays on weeks that I don't have videos to come out with. I do have 2 Why You Should Play videos in the works that I want to get out before the end of October, but I'm pretty busy this month, so we'll see if that actually happens. I'm going to try to get one out at least, for sure. And then I do want to try to get the Blue Team video out as well. And that's just going to take time. So hang tight for those. Go back and watch the other videos. I have a few different playlists set up. If you haven't watched the Blue Team videos, go check those out. They're a lot of fun. That's our live play with Jonas and Inferno and the Doughboy. You might see them around the Discord from time to time. Yeah, those are out now. We did the Why You Should Play series videos last month. We did 3 of them. That was awesome. Those stickers should be going out to Patreon members here soon. If you haven't checked out the Patreon, check out the Patreon page. That's all I got. That's all I got today, yeah. This is the first stream I've been part of, and it was cool. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Elliot. Yeah, I think we'll try to do more of these on YouTube. I'm streaming a lot on Twitch. If you're not following us on Twitch, go check that out. There should be a link down below. But I do a lot of work on Twitch, so it's a lot less interactivity and sketching and more of me working on commissions and stuff. So it is what it is. I hope you enjoy it. Other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table, everybody, and we will catch you next week sometime. Bye. 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 Bye.